What is up guys, it's your boy Swell, I'm here, back with another Classic WoW video for Season of Discovery. Now, Phase 4 is the next phase coming out for Season of Discovery. We don't know exactly when, but I think it's a couple of weeks away. It could be anywhere from 2 weeks away, to 4 weeks away, to 6 weeks away. We simply don't know. What we do know though is that they want the PTR cycle to last for long enough for them to test out classes on a baseline without world buffs, and also test them with world buffs enabled on the PTR. So we're looking at a possible couple of weeks or like several weeks as well PTR cycle. Next phase could be a month away, could be 3 weeks away, could be 5 weeks away. That being said, now is a good time to step back into phase 3 and prepare yourself for phase 4. With that in mind, today we'll be talking about phase 4 preparations, and I'm going to start this off by saying that I'm doing a lot less prep for phase 4 than I've been doing for every single other phase. I prepped really hard for both phase 2 and phase 3. I pre-completed a full quest log as well as grinded out quest items on at least 5 characters. For phase 3 I even went the extra mile of doing it on all my characters, which I have 10 characters. So phase 3, that took a lot of time to prep all that characters, but it also saved me a bunch of time for leveling in phase 3. So if you want to get to max level faster in phase 4, either only on your main or even on your alts, well, now is a good time once again to start prepping your characters for phase 4. With that being said, we're going to take a look at Jerome's video today. This is a prep video for phase 4. What you need to know for phase 4 prep guide Season of Discovery. So I want to watch this video with you guys and we'll see if he has any tips to give away that I haven't, and let's see if I agree with the prep that he's doing. I will say once again I'm doing a lot less prep this time, but I'll probably try to stock up 20 good quests to be able to hand in when phase 4 comes out, because that way you can just hand in all those quests and get a bunch of experience in one go. I have been doing a lot of economical prep though, so I'm entering phase 4 with about 50,000 gold, which should help me, well, buy the enchants that I need, skill up the professions that I need, and even buy the BOEs that I need as well. So that's the economical preparation that I've been doing myself. Either way, let's get into the video and yeah, let's check it out.
Phase 4 of Season of Discovery. The best raids, the best PvP, the best legendaries. Either you get prepped right now, or you're risk sitting on the bench for the crucial early raids. Let's get to the ultimate prep guide. So everybody's going to want to know the ideal main for Phase 4. That way you can dominate in both PvP and PvE. We're also going to be talking about the current and future gear prep you can do. We'll also cover some of the newest crafting and profession prep, even using some of the newest AI tools to make things way cheaper. Of course, I've also got some of the best investments and gold making methods for you as well. And we can't have a prep guide without some pre-questing guides too, so I'm gonna hook you up with those too. So starting off with picking the ultimate main for...
Wait, did I see a bunch of Blasted Lands quests there in the pre-questing guide? Are those the ones that you can hand in? Let me just scroll back a little bit and try to like freeze frame here.
So
I scrolled back not far enough. But right here we can see the names of the quests as well.
Pre-questing guides too, so...
Yeah, so these are the ones that you hand in. You can buy them, they're tradable. So you can buy all of these and have them in your bags. So that's a quest without being a quest. You can still have 20 quests in your quest log, and then also pick up these items to have 6 more quests, plus the Dranathist fragment as well in the sphere. So you can have 7 more quests, in addition to in those 20 quests that you have stocked up as well. That's pretty good. That is 27 quests that you can have ready to go.
I'm gonna hook you up with those too. So starting off with picking the ultimate main for Phase 4, it's really just not as simple as it was back in 2004. There's new rune changes, new tier set changes. Of course, a new 20-man Molten Core raid size really changes things as well. My guide to the biggest winners and losers of Phase 4, so far at least, is up there in the top right. The TLDR is that mages, rogues, pharaohs, Ellie shamans, they all really seem to be the big winners, while warriors have seemed to take...
Yeah, mages are really good though, but only on short boss fights for now. Having tested mages, like I'm a mage main myself, right? Having tested mages on PTR, we're doing a lot of damage, but damn, we go out of mana fast, man. And if we assume that Molten Core bosses will be lasting longer than Sunken Temple, we will be before the boss's health is halfway. at which case we'll be wanding. So we're going to be doing really good DPS while we have mana, and then we're wanding the rest of the fight. So overall, good DPS, very low mana regain though, kind of, and we go way too fast. That being said, I want to say when it comes to picking your main, keep in mind that we're early in the PTR cycle, and Blizzard is doing like weekly changes, sometimes even more continuously than weekly as well. So a lot of classes will be changed, a lot of the tier sets might be changed as well, and even the runes might be changed. So when it comes to picking your main, don't hard choose now, unless you have a class you really want to play, of course. But if you want to follow the meta, kind of, that's going to change. The meta is going to change. The classes will be tuned every single week, both with world buffs and without them, and we can take a look in like 4 weeks time or 3 weeks time to see how it looks then.
Yeah, step backwards. The way I'm treating it, though, is more like Wrath of the Lich King. That's where everybody brings something to the table, and class decking is mostly dead. So you might be wondering why it's so important to pick your main right now. The main reason we have to pick our main right now instead of later is that the easiest way of leveling is incursions. In Phase 4, incursions will be changed to daily quests. Meanwhile, the 150% leveling boost from 1 to 50, that's already in the game, so it's not going to get any better for you from here on out.
I wanted to ask, does anyone here know or have any idea or any opinions if Nightmare Incursions, they're going to be changed to a daily, but when it comes to pre-questing and prepping for the next phase, if you don't want to follow like those pre-questing guides, can I just stack up 20 Nightmare Incursions quests? Because I can do 10 in the Hinterlands and 10 in the other zone as well. We have 2 max level zones, right, for incursions, and that way you are minimizing the amount of traveling you have to do as well to hand in those quests. So you can have 20 Nightmare Incursion quest stacked and completed and ready to be handed in when Phase 4 comes out. You will be level 51 so quickly, and then you can also go and turn in the Blasted Lance quest, for example, the Scorpic Pincers that we saw earlier in this video, the foreshadowing, so you can hand in those as well. That is 27 quests, and all you would have to do is buy some things on the auction house, and also you would want to do 20 incursions quests, which to me that sounds way faster and way easier and just like easier to follow as well than a fully pre-questing guide that takes you through like 100 steps of exactly what to do to min-max. If we can do incursions, that might be how I prep. Like, once again, I'm doing less prep for Phase 4, and I want to approach this with a casual kind of mindset instead of min-maxing, but I still want to prep a little bit and pre-questing. So 20 quests, perfect. If I can do those 3 incursions, even better.
And of course, with Blood Moon getting big new rewards, Blackrock Mountain being a PvP hub in Phase 4, if you can, you kind of want to get your leveling out of the way right now. Okay, so we've got our level 50 main. We're feeling pretty confident about it. But you really don't want to have to push from 50 to 60 just with some green gear from the auction house. So there are really 2 major ways players are gearing up right now. The first is to get friendly with the Emerald Wardens from incursions.
Yep.
And that's going to take you about 3 hours. The result is a full set of blue Emerald Warden gear. That's more than enough to push to 60 at top speed, even clearing Molten Core. If you want to get ultra prepared though, once you've got your Emerald Warden set, my recommendation would be to also do some Sunken Temple runs. With your fresh gear, the best way to sneak into any run is actually just to get all the different world buffs and chrono boon them. Even with your fresh gear, most groups are really going to like that you have the world buffs, and they value that more highly. So the good news about running Sunken Temple, at least in our guild, is that most of the main players, they already have their tier sets. I was able to come in and just grab a full set in just a couple runs on my priest, so hopefully you have a similar experience. So with our current gear looking good, we can now look ahead to the future and lock in even more free upgrades at level 60. Your main instant upgrades are going to be PvP upgrades, and those are going to come from honor and reputation. The way to plan those upgrades is to use the 60 Upgrades website. So once you create a character, you can immediately filter out everything you don't want to see and just see the PvP and the rep gear. So talking PvP and rep gear, you can instantly grab a Prebis neck piece, a new ring from Honored Warsong rep as well. And you can instantly pick up the new Arathi Basin Honored belts. Just like the Warsong pieces, these are immediately usable even at level 58. Great way to speed up the last bit of your leveling. At level 60, though, there are these new Exalted Warsong Bracers. These are going to be very close to true BIS throughout Phase 4. On top of that, we can also pair them with the new Arath.
I have been farming a Warsong rep on 3 characters to be able to buy those epics. I can't wait. I mean, we have them before level 60 as well. We've had them now in this phase too, but it's just we get the upgraded version next phase as well, giving us a pre-bis item, or, well, it's going to be pre-bis, so pre-bis item.
The Basin Exalted Weapons. We have Mindfang, for example, and that's basically a pre-bis Mage Blade. As for how to get Exalted very quickly with Warsong and Arathi Basin, for Warsong, your best bet is still daily Ashenvale PvP events, and you can supplement those with as many Warsongs as you can handle. For Arathi, though, the fastest way is to simply run Blood Moon every 3 hours, and you convert your coins into lumber, which translates directly into rep. A word of caution, though, is that you may just want to blast those Arathi games. Many savvy players, instead of spending their Blood Moon coins, they're saving them up to get commendations. Just quickly, rank 7 to rank 10 is around 430,000 honor, and at the moment you can save up to 99 Blood Moon commendations, which give 250 honor each. On top of that, you can also store Blood Moon coins to purchase even more commendations when the phase drops. So unless Blizzard makes some big changes, savvy players are going to be able to jump from rank 7 to rank 10 at the end of the first week.
Yeah.
The expectation for that hard work is going to be new PvP rewards. Since the gear in Phase 3 was very relevant for raiding, it's definitely worth looking into. If you have no desire to set foot in Blood Moon again for Phase 3, that's completely fine. When Phase 4 launches, Ultrak Valley for your Exalted Ring is going to be the meta anyways. And on that rep grind, you're going to passively gain the honor you need just chilling in AV with the boys. So with your gear all set, we can talk about professions now. And professions in Phase 4 played the biggest role they played since Phase 1. The reason for that is the level 60 crafted gear is insane. You may not get as excited about the True Faith vestments as I do, but I know you're going to want your Devilsar leggings, your Lionheart helm, your Arcanite Reaper. And
will you want the Devilsar leggings though? Because I've been talking to people about this, and I've been looking at them as well. With the power level of the current tier sets that we have, they don't look that appealing anymore. It depends on who you are. I guess hunters, rogues, and ferals are a different thing, but as a warrior, for example, aren't the tier sets, like the tier bonus, just too good for you to want to have Devilsar armors? And when we get to level 60 as well, like they're putting in brand new profession recipes and we're scaling up dungeon loot, it kind of makes those crafted items worth less, unless they scale those up as well, which I'm personally hoping they do scale them up, because, well, Devilsar is iconic when it comes to Classic WoW and pre-bis gearing, so either scaling that up or making Devilsar leathering useful in another recipe would be great, because Devilsar farming and just Devilsars as a whole is just too iconic to not be useful in Classic. So I don't know, anyone who has a lot of knowledge about rogues in Seasonal Discovery, or ferals or hunters, even warriors, will you be using Devilsar in Phase 4? Let me know in the comments down below. I mean, I don't play any of those classes, but I've been talking to a couple of people in my guild, and the common consensus is that it might be a slight upgrade, but not worth super going for. I don't know.
with the new recipes being hyped up as well, getting 300 in your primary professions and your secondaries like first aid really should be a huge priority.
Yeah.
So luckily in 2024, we have a new tool that can level your professions far more efficiently and cheaper than in the past. That tool is the Gaming Tools Profession Calculator.
I have a video about this for Cataclysm, which either is already available or is going to be coming out in the next couple of days. I made that video yesterday talking about this tool as well. It's super good. If you're not using this, consider checking it out. It will it's super useful for skilling up professions. And let's just see what he has to talk about this.
So I sat down with the creator of this tool, Addon, to see how it can really help players who are prepping for Phase 4.
If you want to level your profession and follow a standard guide, you don't know if you will be able to find the materials to level up your profession, but Gaming Tools will help you with that because it has the almost live data from the Blizzard API. Therefore, it knows what's available on the auction house and not. And therefore, you can level up your profession much faster than the people who are following the just standard guides.
Okay, great. So let's say I want to be the king of Lionheart crafting in Phase 4, and I want to be a millionaire. I can input my server, which is Crusader Strike, and I instantly get recommended the cheapest route to 300 blacksmithing. On the shopping list page, I can immediately see which items I need to buy and the quantities as well. If I want to make it even easier, I can copy the TSM query and put it right into Trade Skill Master's search, and I get an exact list of the items, and it even stops me from buying more than I need. Now, this idea of using pricing data to level professions, really one of my personal favorite things. But Addon has more ideas he plans to implement as well to help players to make profit too.
I'm planning to add also crafting calculators. For example, you want to craft something and you want to see how much it will cost. Maybe in the future, like a shopping cart, I want to craft this, give me the total, that kind of stuff with the data that we have. And also I want to add possible sell values, both for the guides and the calculators, so you can also see the profit.
So speaking of crafting profit, we need to talk about gold making.
Ooh.
So Phase 3 shocked a ton of us with those super expensive Darkmoon cards, and it does seem likely that Blizzard will put in even more fancy items to buy. Even if they don't, unless you're part of the Devilsar Mafia, your new legs are going to cost a few hundred gold, the Arcanite Reaper probably a few thousand gold. So to make that gold, there are really two major methods. The first is simply to run incursions. Before you turn this video off, let me say that I did several hours of incursions this week, averaged about 80 gold per hour, no problem. My brain was only operating at about 10% capacity. Turn on a director's cut of Lord of the Rings and farm a good 10 hours worth, and you'll be in a way better position than most players. So with all that gold, we do have that serious danger of devaluation. To safeguard your gold from becoming worthless, investments are really the smart play.
Yeah.
I posted a thread yesterday on the very best investments that everybody's making. Some of the highlights include squids, golden pearls, arcane crystals. A fair amount of players also mentioned elemental earth and fire, though one of my personal favorites is grave moss. Extremely desirable later on for Naxxramas, yes, but likely in Phase 4 as well. So one of the big changes in Phase 4 is that the world bosses are now instance bosses, so think of them like Magtheridon from TBC. We all of a sudden have a much greater demand for frost protection and shadow protection potions. So with gold sorted, we also have another key step in our journey, which is reputation farming. The biggest rep grind right now is definitely the Hydraxian Waterlord rep. At least 7 members of your guild need honored with Hydraxian Waterlords. Plus on my server, there's only 1 Silithus layer right now, and the PvP is insane. Highly recommended you get this done before the phase launches. So one last entirely optional prep step is pre-questing. With an optimal pre-questing route, we can get to nearly 55 in under 2 hours. This
Nearly 55 in 2 hours? Nearly 55. What the... That's insane. Wait, what are they doing for this? They have the salve via hunting, salve via gathering, so salving. I can do that on my gathering, for example. And they do mention the Feralas missions. That's perfect, because I was hoping to maybe do some of those incursions as well. Now, they also give us the experience trackers here, and it looks like most of them are 5.1. So 5,100. Meanwhile, open world quests seems to be about 8,000, maybe 7 to 8.
questing guide from Alenia is completely free, but it is Alliance only for now. So by now, we've picked our main, we've gotten a shiny new set of gear, we've prepared for the future with reputations and gear, we've maxed our professions in record time using new tools. Hopefully, we've also stockpiled at least 1,000 gold with incursion blasting, and maybe made some smart investments as well. Maybe you've even prepared a giant stack of quests to hit 55 in a matter of hours. If not, though, that's completely fine. But I am curious how many of you out there are doing a lot of prep, or maybe avoiding prep entirely. Personally, I'm going all out for Phase 4, so much so that I made an entire winners and losers guide for Phase 4, for all the best classes. Definitely check that video out next. Click on the screen now.
Alright, there we go. Pretty good video. Nice talking more about prep about Phase 4. Once again, I am approaching Phase 4 a little bit more casually than I've been doing other phases. I do want to have 20 quests stockpiled. I have a bunch of gold left over though. That's just from investment and me farming gold, making gold, crafting and stuff, and also buying recipes. So I guess I've been doing a lot of prep anyway, but that's like early in phase 3 that I've been doing most of this, and I'll be jumping in now and doing the raid, getting my raid gear set up, getting all of the BIS gear that I can, and also looking to complete 20 quests. I'm still kind of considering doing incursions, because that's just an easy way to get 20 quests in 2 hubs, so they're really close together as well. So you can hand in 20 quests in like, what, 10 minutes, and then just move on. It's either that or do dungeons. You can do BRD, for example, and have a bunch of dungeon quests from BRD, even though you can only do half of BRD right now, right? But you can also do other high-level dungeons as well. Or, if I'm playing my mage, I can even dungeon farm the first couple of levels, then hand in my quest. So there's a lot of things that we can do. I'm looking forward to it though, and this prepping guide definitely helps out. It gives you an outline of what to do, and I'm looking forward to it. It will be fun. Let me know how you're prepping for phase 4 in the comments down below. If you enjoyed me reacting to this today, leave a like as well. Thank you for watching, I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you again in the next video very soon.